Hi,
All right.
Benjamin. Thank you so much for coming on to the Three Success Secrets video series. I'm so excited to have you be a part of this conversation today. And thank you for being a new friend to not only this series, but to me as well here in the Chicago community.
Thanks so much for having me, and I'm so glad we were able to connect through Christian.
Benjamin, before we talk any further about your three success secrets to generating more creativity through play, which is an area that I'm super passionate about, I'd love for the audience to get to know you a little bit better. Could you introduce yourself to those watching and listening?
Sure. My name is Benjamin Warsinski, and I'm the founder of Branded World, which is a creative agency here in Chicago. And what we do is we really help our clients develop and design brands through play. And so that comes down to our kind of our methods and our creative process for how we pull out insights and use that to develop messaging that really connects with our clients' customers.
I gotta say, when I first met you, I was so intrigued by your work, and I love your focus on this idea of play and how that helps unlock innovation and creativity. And frankly, I just love seeing your Lego sets on LinkedIn. Let's go ahead and get into your three secrets. Love to hear secret number one to kick us off on this topic of, again, incorporating play to drive creativity and innovation.
One of my secrets is to have people find that creative outlet, the thing that energizes them, that maybe that could be used in work, or that is a hobby or something they can do outside of work, but to kind of figure out what that is and then to tap into that. Next step is to kind of set aside time to actually kind of work your craft, or like go into that creativity. So for me, it's Lego. So I absolutely love Lego. I'm a Lego maniac, like from the 80s and the early 90s. And so when I want to kind of have a creative outlet, I like to go in and just build, either for 15 or 20 minutes. And so if I do that a couple of times throughout the week, outside of the work I do with my clients involving Lego, I find that it kind of recharges me and re-energizes me and lets me kind of think through things that in kind of a different way, using my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finding time for it and holding that time sacred to honor, right, what's really
Yes.
energizing to you is so critical. And there's so much I know we can talk about in that area alone. Yet before we do that, let's go to secret number three.
Yeah, and so well, secret number three would be something that's kind of overlooked, but I would say to really take time to self-reflect
Mm-hmm.
on how you felt throughout the week. If you set aside time for 3 days out of the week to build with Lego, or to draw, or to play music, whatever it is that energizes you, then when you're self-reflecting, kind of figure out and think back and see, okay, did that energize me? Was I more productive in my 9 to 5 work, or my regular work, or did it allow me to make connections to other things that I've been trying to work through, and kind of just see how you feel from that. And then if you get some good results, I would say do more of it and try to make it more of a habit, so that you can continue to work your creativity muscle. And I think over time you'll find that in your work you may start to use that creativity to bring out other perspectives or find other solutions, that others on your team may not be thinking about.
Yeah, I really resonate with this idea that staring at a problem straight on is actually very limiting, or can be very limiting, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes when you just even take a walk, literally take your eyes off the
Hmm.
problem and go engage in something else, right? I know we talked about me baking, right? Baking and cooking actually lets me not only take my eye off the problem, but to, yeah, almost have that cognitive space to sort
Yeah.
itself out. Let's go to secret number two. I love this idea of honoring your creativity, or one's creativity,
Hmm.
and by devoting some time to that creativity, right, and channeling it through something that is more about fun and play. And yet, one of the things I butted up against for many years was
Hmm.
the fact that I worked, 60-hour weeks, maybe more,
Yep.
on days I traveled, and it was very hard to find that time, right, and keep it
Hmm.
sacred. How would you encourage somebody who right now is just really taxed by way of time and time constraints yet they have this urge, right? This desire to create and be creative.
I think it comes down to kind of prioritizing what's important to you, and then also that discipline of saying, no, I'm going to carve out 20 minutes 3 times a week, and no matter what, I'm going to set aside time to do that. And I think it's just kind of that discipline and putting that priority on the creativity, because really what you're doing is you're building that muscle over time, and you're preparing yourself, and you can use those skills in whatever work you're doing. So I think it also is it could be a form of relaxation as well. Like I know, like after working like a really long week, like one thing, when I'm building with Lego, I kind of go into this like trance, and I'm in the zone, and I'm building, I'm putting all these pieces together, and like time can just like fly by, and I won't even know, because I'm in this different state of mind. And so I think it can be really helpful to allow yourself to go into that state of mind. I think so much of why I'm so passionate about why play matters is because we don't give ourselves enough time to actually play and kind of get into that different way of thinking.
I couldn't agree more. I myself denied right, that time of creativity for many years, yet now what I've done is every day I create a window of 15 to 30 minutes every morning before anything else happens with my business to write. So it could be, doodling, it could be writing a scene, it could be writing something for my business or for myself or in my journal, whatever it is, and honoring that time. Just even if I didn't create anything substantive, just honoring that time unlocks for me this energy that I can't really get from any other source.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it kind of goes back to like your morning ritual or like your nightly rituals, whatever those things are. Adding in this creativity component, I think is so critical, and making that a habit and making that a ritual for yourself. It's kind of like, I think of when you're flying and they say, put your mask on first before others. This is a way to kind of refuel yourself and recharge yourself in order to go and help others.
That's a beautiful thought to conclude on for today, Benjamin. Thank you for so generously and brilliantly sharing with us these 3 success secrets. For those of us watching and listening who want to learn more about your workshops and or to continue the dialogue with you, what's the best way for them to do so?
Sure. They can visit my website, brandedworld.co, and they can sign up for my newsletter, Play Matters. And that will have all of my kind of latest workshops and virtual workshops and live streams and things like that that I'm doing.
Yeah, and I know that you're very active on LinkedIn in terms of sharing insights on your own and with others like Christian and those in our community. So I encourage those of you watching to also link in with you.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Great. Thank you for this time, Benjamin. Always a delight to talk with you.
Thanks so much for this opportunity. This was a lot of fun.